Good afternoon and welcome to Bullard, Texas. We're on the campus of the Brook Hill School at Schwab Field, doubleheader day. Last regular games of the season for both of these squads before they go to playoffs. Really important. This is Dr. John Groth, and the coaches are at home plate going over the ground rules right now. I had a chance to talk to both of the head coaches. Let's hear from Coach Lee. That would be Coach Andy Lee in his 10th year for the LSU Bengals. Let's hear what Coach Lee had to say just a minute ago. Okay, we got Coach Andy Lee of the LSU Bengals and trying to three-peat this year, right? 10 years as coach of the
It's
Bengals.
my 10th season, yes.
So before we get into the weekend, I want you to talk a little bit about your journey from baseball to softball, because you played baseball, you coached baseball.
I did.
And then you kind of rolled over to the softball side. Tell me about that.
Well, I've been a baseball guy my whole life. My dad played 13 years in the big leagues with the Montreal Expos and the Boston Red Sox, and so I was always around the game. My mother went to labor with me in Fenway Park. So I always, baseball's been in my blood. So I played baseball, played at junior college at Hines Community College, then went on to Delta State and played, and then got picked up by the Red Sox in the draft in '99. And, after I got released, wanted to be in coach and coached high school baseball for 1 year.
Right.
Then went and was a junior college pitching coach, baseball pitching coach. Married a woman who was a good softball player when we were in college together, and her old coach was ready to get out. She'd been doing it a while. They said do a good job. I'd like it, and I said turned it down. I said no, I don't want to coach females and stuff. And then all of a sudden they came with a teaching position. I jumped into it. Put an L screen up there, throw overhand. The dads would make fun of me, and we just worked hard. And then one thing led to another, and we won a little bit at Hines. And then I came down to Eunice. I knew the athletes were great down there, and been there ever since.
Well, you've created a power there. I mean, 5 national titles. You were looking for that three-peat, which people don't realize how hard that is. And you're an independent. Scheduling has got to be a bear. I know how that goes. You guys are, and I know Jeff really well. I've known Jeff for a long time. I was a coach at Tyler for a long time. And I actually got to do the baseball series. They're having their own good year.
They are. They're
playing each other right now. So that'll be an interesting dynamic in the booth today as they take the Apaches on back in Eunice, and you guys take on the Apache softball this year. And I talked to Coach Wynn. This is something you want to continue, isn't it?
Yes, we have a great relationship with Tyler. We know how hard we work. We know how great the programs are. Our chancellor came from Tyler.
Right.
So we have a good connection there, and athletics means a lot to us. And, we just respect each other and what we do, and so we want to keep this going.
What do you hope to get out of the weekend? Both of you, these are your last games before playoffs, I think. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you have any, do you?
No, we have our regional playoffs, not next weekend, but the following weekend.
And they're going to go straight from this. This is their last competitive games until they go into their regional tournament. So what's the goal this weekend, this 4-game set?
I want to finish strong. I want to stay healthy. I just want to see the girls compete. I want to see great pitching, like I know they have, great talent.
Right.
So when we go to our Division II regional, that we've seen that stuff before. We've seen, it's every day we see that type of stuff. So hopefully we'll stay healthy and we'll just compete and stay strong and keep working hard together.
Well, congrats on what you're doing down there at Eunice. I know how hard it is to do what you're doing. So you're to be commended on that. Probably bigger than that, you're making a difference in these girls' lives. They're going to remember this time at Eunice for the rest of their lives, and I know that you probably wouldn't be having the success you had if you didn't care about these girls as young women first and then athletes second. So congrats on that. Thanks for what you're doing to that next generation of leaders.
Thank you.
Hope today goes well for you.
Thank you so much.
All right, we got Coach Wynn up here in the press box before really a unique weekend for you. You're playing a really high-quality opponent, a team that's won multiple national titles at the Division II level, and at a unique time of year. Your conference schedule is now in the books. First of all, congratulations on securing that #1 spot in the conference. That's the goal from day one, and so congrats on that. But you're coming off a couple of ball games yesterday that didn't go your way. They were close games, probably didn't play your best. So I don't know, a lot to digest there. How do you look at today's doubleheader against the LSU Bengals?
Well, we're trying not to look backwards.
Right.
I say all the time, nothing good happens to you after midnight or behind you. So, Coach Lee does a great job. They've played a great Division I schedule, a ton of Region 14 opponents, and, we're just trying to get a little bit better outings out of our pitching staff. We've got to get some quality at bats. And we hit the opposing team yesterday. We just couldn't put things together and score some runs when we needed to. And so trying to get back into the way that we've been playing.
Right.
I thought early in the season, the first half of the season, we looked really, really good, and we're really clicking on all cylinders. And we've kind of just been riding the roller coaster a little bit the second half of the season. So, we're really looking to have some non-conference games today and tomorrow, allow us to get back to doing what we do, having some of the pressure off that it's not a conference game. And we know we're going to see great pitching. We're going to see some great hitters. They have probably one of the best left-handed hitters in the country that's highly getting recruited. And so just try to go out and find ourselves again and give ourselves a great opportunity to have some confidence going into the tournament next week.
Well, one of the things, your next games are going to be really the start of your second season, right? I mean, the goal, and I know that probably there's going to be a little bit of disappointment because of yesterday's ball game, but you hope as a coach that fuels your girls this morning, because they know if they don't bring it, this is a good club.
I think what a lot of people don't understand playing in Region 14, if you don't bring it every day,
right.
It really doesn't matter who the opposing team is. And at Tyler Junior College, as being a previous baseball coach, you know this. I mean, everybody wants to beat you.
Yep.
They think that we're very entitled, and so it's tough. I mean, every time you put that uniform on, and so you got to go out and compete. And just trying to get these young women to understand that you don't get to take a game off, and you're going to see everybody's number one, and you're going to see the best version of them, and they're going to play their best softball when they play you. So you don't get an opportunity to maybe have an off game. And so we got humble eyes yesterday, and I got a lot of phone calls, wanting to know if people were hurt or what happened. So that's a unique experience,
right.
But I think that speaks volumes for the program. It speaks volume of the 4 years that we've had it, and people are like, oh my gosh, you guys lost, and it's my first experience of getting swept.
Right.
And it's left a real bitter taste in my mouth, but I hope that it was the right time to do it,
right.
And it's definitely going to get us where we need to be.
Well, it is important as a coach, right? You set the tone for your club, and the ability to kind of move forward and say, you know what, the unique thing about LSU Eunice is that they aren't in a conference, so every time they tee it up, it's hey, next man up. This is our playoff type. They're doing the exact same thing that you are, and so they're getting ready for their playoffs over in Mississippi, and so. Talk about how this 4-game series developed, and I think you like these types of scenarios, don't you?
I do. I wish our conference was set
right.
up this way. I think it just really truly shows who can compete. It's hard to beat a team 4 times, and Coach Lee was on the schedule last year, and unfortunately we had some scheduling conflicts, and so we set it up for them to come over late. We wanted to see really good competition and in a proximity, obviously.
Right.
And we were just fortunate enough that their other game out here got canceled, and they weren't going to be able to make the trip on just a doubleheader. And so we had a game date open due to weather, and we said, how about you come for 4? And so we were really excited that they decided to do that. And, it's going to be a great 4-game series. I think either team could go 4-0.
Right.
I think it could be splittable. I mean, it's just really going to come down to who's playing the best softball. They split with Blinn on Thursday, so they're coming off a win. It's going to be really, really good preparation for us to go to Beaumont next week.
Well, I got to call Doug's 3-game series with LSU Eunice baseball, and boy, when those two ramp it up, they've got a relationship going now for a number of years, and I would hope that there's probably a fair chance that you'll develop that relationship with Coach Lee, and it's almost like there's a playoff atmosphere when those two meet. And so I'm looking forward to that this weekend. Yeah,
we've already set up a 4-game series for next year,
nice.
So we'll go to them and do some things over there and get into Louisiana, try to play a few more teams over there,
right.
And help us a little bit in the recruiting base as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're just really excited to play. It's great. It's 80 degrees. We're playing at home. These are our last.
right.
When I say at home, at Burke Hill.
Right.
Just want to get back on the winning track.
Well, it's been a grind. Best I can tell. I don't know if I'm exact on this, but 24 games in 24 days. That's kind of what you're looking at by the time you get down to Sunday. It's been a grind, hasn't it?
It has, and it's for me. I'm accustomed to this because of the weather that I'm used to coaching in.
Right in the
my
Midwest,
past.
right?
So I think for a couple of the girls, they thought I was a little crazy, but
Well, the weather has dictated some of this as well because you've had to reschedule games, and so. Anyways, you're to be commended. What a great run for these girls. I know that hopefully that sting of yesterday will motivate you guys this weekend to have a great weekend of softball against a really good opponent. Maria, thanks for taking a minute. Congrats on the season. You can't. People don't realize how much of a grind it is. And for you guys to finish at the top of Region 14 is quite an accomplishment. We're proud of you as Apache Nation, and so congrats on that. Hope today goes well.
Thank you.
A big shout out to Coach Maria Wynn Ratliff and Coach Andy Lee for giving me some time before the ball game. We are well into this now. Bases loaded, 1 out in the first. That pitch is going to miss outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Allie Howard, right fielder for the LSU Bengals. As the Bengals have come out swinging the sticks. In the circle is Julian Knight. Just off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. The leadoff hitter was Mima Doucette. She flew out to right field. And since then, it's been double, single, single. Bases loaded, 1 out. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. You throw to first, and it gets away. 2 runs are going to score. And it's 2-0 Bengals. That's going to be a single and an error. Well, actually, it's going to be an error. I don't think there's a single anywhere. So E6, and Howard goes to second, Carpenter to third, and Henderson and Munson come home to score the first 2 runs of the day for the Bengals. So they continue to put the ball in play, and the Apaches, that was the first error of the inning after 3 consecutive base hits. And that will bring up Sierra Gasca. So Mima Doucette led off. She's the third baseman. Then it was first baseman Madison Munson. Then left fielder Emily Henderson. Hannah Carpenter is the designated player in the cleanup spot. Right fielder Allie Howard just batted. Now it's Sierra Gasca. Then Darian Doucette. Then Haley Godot, the catcher. And then Malia Saucedo, the shortstop. That's your starting 9 in the batting lineup for the LSU Bengals. First pitch hits the outside corner, strike 1 to Allie Howard. Defensively for the Apaches, Casey Parker in left, Brianna Paisinger in center, Rebecca Snow in right, Casey Moore at third, Jaden Lance at short, Mackenzie Pete at second, Mackenzie Goswick at first, Shelby Court behind the plate. And in the circle, the right-handed sophomore from San Marcos, California, 5'8", Julia Knight. Julia Knight's 11-2 on the year with a 1.69 ERA. This is her 29th appearance, her 12th start of the season. The 1-1 pitch. Slap in line. Here comes 1 more run. I guess Coach Lee holds the runner at third. And the Bengals are hot coming out of the gate here. Good piece of hitting by Gasca.
Number 8, Darian Doucette.
So RBI single for Gasca, and here's Darian Doucette, the second baseman. She'll get her first at bat, the 7th batter of the inning. Still only 1 out. Second and third. Knight delivers a strike, and it's 0-1. 4 complete games for Julia Knight, 1 shutout. She also has 2 saves. In 99 2/3 innings, she's got 75 strikeouts and 17 walks. For the sophomore from San Marcos, California, Julia Knight. Boy, the Bengals got off that bus ready to hit the ball. The 1-1. Just off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. 3-0 Bengals here early. Just getting started at Schwab Field. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. And would love to hear from you on the live chat. I've already heard from Mr. Anguiniga. Pop-up, left side. This is Moore in foul territory. She makes the grab for out number 2. So Casey Moore drifts over in front of the Apache dugout. The Apaches wearing their all-black uniforms with the white sleeves and the white socks. And the Bengals wearing their white tops with the purple pants. Got the white batting helmets. Ground ball, third base, off of Moore's glove. It's going to be a hit. 2 come home, 5-0 Bengals. Casey Moore tried to glove that ball, couldn't get the glove on it in time. I'm going to score it a hit. And boy, a 2 RBI single by Haley Godot. Here's Malaya Saucedo. And the Bengals come out smoking here in the first inning. 4.
4 went to right, left field.
So did we, I'm writing my score sheet. Did we make a change?
Yeah, there was a change. 4 went to left field. 6 went,
Wait a minute.
6 went to third. Or 16. Who was in left field? Who was in left field?
It was Casey Parker, number 6.
All right, 6 went to third. The left fielder came out of the game. No. Who came out? The third baseman.
Third baseman comes out. Who went to left?
4.
4. All right, so we've had some defensive switches by Coach Wynn, and we'll try to sort those out when we can. First pitch, there goes the runner, throw to second, not in time. And, boy, the Bengals are just coming out aggressive here and really producing in inning number 1. That was a stolen base for Haley Godot. And Malaya Saucedo is the 9th batter of the first inning. It's fair to say I'm not sure the Apaches have seen this kind of offensive production early all season. And you're going to have to regroup in a hurry. They lost a doubleheader yesterday for the first time all year. 2 one-run losses to Kilgore. Ground ball to short. This is Lance to first base. It's coming home. Boy, the woes continue here in inning number 1. Saucedo hit a routine grounder to short. Jaden Lance fielded it cleanly but made a poor throw. And 2 runs come home on the error, and we're going to have a pitching change. So Mackenzie Ryan is now in left field, and we think that she'll be batting in the 9 spot for Casey Moore. And now in the circle, we're going to have Audrey Pickett. So Pickett now in the circle. It's a short game for Julia Knight. Audrey Pickett, the freshman from Aurora, Colorado. And 9 batters for LSU Eunice have come to the plate. And they have scored 6 runs. And boy, the Apaches, again, they're playing after Sunday this weekend. They will have played 24 games in 24 days. Because of the weather, they've had to reschedule some conference games, and they played a doubleheader Wednesday. They swept Paris in 2 ball games, both run rules. Yesterday, they played over at Kilgore, lost 2 one-run games for the first time all season, never got swept all year. In fact, in Coach Wynn's time here, she's never been swept until yesterday. And now these Bengals get off the bus, swinging the bats, 6 runs here in the first inning. And it's Mima Doucette for the second time. Pitches off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody aboard. The Apaches have helped the cause here. 2 errors in the inning. The 1-1. There's a little squibber to short. This is Lance to first. And finally, the Apaches end the first inning. But the Eunice Bengals put up 6 runs on 5 hits and leave nobody on base. It's 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the first inning. All right, back a little through these lineups. We had to go over a little bit. We're really late in getting the interviews on there, so I apologize for that. But appreciate you joining the broadcast. For the Tyler Junior College Apaches, here's what their batting order will look like today for Coach Wynn Ratliff in her second season as head coach. They have clinched Region 14 Eastern Zone as the #1 seed going into the playoffs. Congrats to her and the Apaches. Brianna Pasinger will lead it off in center. Rebecca Snow in right. She'll bat second. First baseman Mackenzie Goswick bats third. Shelby Courts, the catcher. She'll bat cleanup. Jaden Lance is the shortstop. She'll bat fifth. Courtney Heller is the designated player. She'll bat sixth. Left fielder is, actually it's going to be the third. Yeah, let's see. Who's going to bat? Casey Parker will play third base now and bat seventh. Mackenzie Peets, the second baseman. She'll bat eighth. And now in the 9th spot, it's Mackenzie Ryan in left field. Defensively for the LSU Bengals, Emily Henderson in left, Sierra Gasca in center, Allie Howard in right, Mima Doucette at third, Malaya Salcedo at short, Darian Doucette at second, Madison Monson at first, Haley Godot behind the plate, and in the circle, right-handed freshman from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Heather Zumo. Zumo is 20-7 on the year with a 1.57 ERA. It's 0-2 on Brianna Pasinger. That pitch missed off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zumo, 41st appearance of the year, her 25th start. Line shot foul down the right field line into the corner. Count remains 1-2 on Brianna Pasinger. Well, the freshman from Baton Rouge has 16 complete games, 6 shutouts, and 7 saves. She's done a little bit of everything this year. 156 in the third innings, 132 strikeouts, and just 20 walks. Freshman from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Heather Zumo. And she has been the heavy lifter in the circle for the Bengals this year, for sure. It's a full count on leadoff hitter Brianna Pasinger. Steps in from the left side. Full count pitch, ground ball to second. This is Doucette, 1 out. Well hit ball by Pasinger, but Darian Doucette fielded it cleanly, and there's 1 up and 1 down here in the bottom of inning number 1. Here's Rebecca Snow for the first time. Apaches have some work to do here, as the Bengals came out on fire, posting 6 runs in the top of the first. First pitch in there, strike 1. Most of those were well earned. Put 3 hits together in the middle of their lineup. Monson, Henderson, and Carpenter all put base hits together. Bases were loaded. And then a couple of errors really helped the cause in the inning. And so probably would have had a 3 or 4 run inning regardless, but they throw those errors in there, and it's a 6-run first inning for the Bengals. Nice crowd here. Really good showing from LSU Eunice. Got a lot of purple and gold. Swing and a miss. And there's the first strikeout for either team. Rebecca Snow goes down swinging. Here's Mackenzie Goswick for the first time, first baseman for the Apaches. So Zumo has retired the first 2 Apaches. And now it's Goswick. First pitch just off the plate, ball 1. Beautiful day for softball here at Schwab Field. 76 degrees, west-southwesterly breeze at 6 miles an hour. Just enough to keep you cooled off. Swing and a miss. 1-1. 40% humidity. We started right on time today. It's kind of nice to see that. Sometimes they go a little early. That really would have been a problem, but I don't know if we've ever gone late here. Swing and a miss. Got her to chase fastball a little bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and nobody aboard here in the first inning. The LSU Eunice Bengals trying to three-peat as national champs. Swing and a miss, struck her out. So it's a perfect first inning for Heather Zumba. And we'll head to the second. Your score at Schwab Field is the LSU Eunice Bengals 6 and the Apaches 0. And welcome back to Schwab Field. Great weekend of softball on tap here in Bullard, just about 15 minutes south of Tyler. And we're on the campus of the Brook Hill School, home facility for the Tyler Junior College Apaches as they play host to the LSU Eunice Bengals this weekend. Interestingly enough, the baseball teams between these two teams are also playing each other down in Eunice this weekend. The 0-1 pitch. He's going to miss, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Madison Munson. She doubled to right her first time up. She's 1 for 1 here in this game. Munson, .392 on the year. To go with that .392 average, Munson has 15 doubles, 4 triples, 18 home runs on the year for this young lady. You better be careful. The 2-1. Outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So yesterday, I think it was a 6-2 victory for the baseballers. The LSU Bengals took the first game of their 3-game series. The Apache baseball team and the LSU Bengal baseballers going at it in Eunice. They got a doubleheader today. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Top of the 2nd inning. Bengals brought 10 batters to the plate in the top of the first, scoring 6 runs. Missed off the plate. It's a leadoff walk to Madison Munson.
Next up for the Bengals, we have number 2, Emily Henderson.
Well, that's the first walk of the day for Apache pitching. Audrey Pickett came on with 2 outs in the first inning in relief of Julia Knight. And here's Emily Henderson. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Henderson singled to center her first time up, so she's 1 for 1. On the year, Henderson, .378, 13 doubles, 7 homers, 36 RBI. Madison Munson has 59 RBI on the year. Some impressive numbers for the Bengal first baseman. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off of that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner at first. Top of the 2nd inning. The Bengals lead this 6-0. Big first inning for the Bengals. In there for a strike, and there's the first strikeout of the day for Audrey Pickett.
Approaching the plate, we have number 4, Hannah Carpenter.
Here's Hannah Carpenter now for the 2nd time. She singled to left field her first time up. She's 1 for 1. Hannah Carpenter on the season, .338 batting average, 5 doubles and 9 RBI. First pitch swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Next pitch is going to miss, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Audrey Pickett, the freshman from Aurora, Colorado, in the circle for the Apaches. Pickett is 12-2 on the year with a 1.54 ERA. That pitch missed low and inside, 2-1. 25th appearance for Pickett. She has started 16 games, has 7 complete games, 4 shutouts, and 1 save. 2-1 pitch. Fouled off. It's 2-2. For Audrey Pickett, she has thrown 90 and 2/3 innings, struck out 80 and walked 7. It's the freshman from Aurora, Colorado, Audrey Pickett. The 2-2 pitch. And there's another off-speed pitch off the plate. And it's a full count on cleanup hitter Hannah Carpenter, looking for her 2nd hit of the day. Again, the Bengals brought 10 batters to the plate in inning number 1. Full count pitch, laced foul, right past Andy Lee. I had a good chat with Andy Lee, and hope you enjoyed the pregame interview. He's a baseball guy by trade, played at Hines Community College and then Delta State, and a couple of years with the Red Sox as a professional baseball player, but got into coaching softball because he married a softball player. Finally talked him into getting into the softball side of it, and hasn't looked back since. was the head coach at Hines for a couple of years, 06 and 08, and then from 09 until the present, he's been the head coach at LSU Eunice, winning 5 national championships with this team. Off the plate, second walk of the inning.
Next up for the Bengals, we have number 22, Allie Howard.
Well, I'll tell you what, against a team that swings the bats as well as this Bengals club, 382 team batting average, you better be careful. You can't afford to walk too many batters. Give those free passes, and now all of a sudden, base hit or a double, and it's more runs. Here's the right fielder, Allie Howard. First pitch inside the line, down first base line. 1 run's going to score, and Howard slips coming around first base, and now she's tagged out. Oh, what happened here? Might have had some interference there. Okay, so evidently the base runner, Howard and Mackenzie Goswick, ran into one another, and the umpires are going to make sure they're on the same page here, but I guess that's going to be, well, scored as a double at the moment. 1 run comes home. The other run goes to, the runner goes to third. Second and third, 1 out. And here's Sierra Gasca. I don't know what Mr. Umpire's documenting here. Did we have any kind of change in this batting lineup? Number 5 is at the plate, so I don't know what he was writing down there, but evidently needed to write that. There's a little tap to second. A run will come home. Boy, a nice piece of handling the bat there by Gasca. That'll go 4-3. She'll get an RBI. And it's now 8-0. You know, in a strange way, this LSU Eunice softball team reminds me of the baseball team. They score runs quickly and in bunches. It's exactly what the LSU Bengal baseballers did to Tyler Junior College a couple weekends ago over at Mike Carter Field. You blink your eye and they put up a crooked number on the scoreboard. The 0-1. Ground ball foul down the third base line. This is second baseman Darian Doucette for the second time. She popped up to third base her first time up. She's 0 for 1. The 0-2 pitch is low, and Shelby Court does a nice job of blocking that. Doucette, 246 average on the year, 6 doubles, 1 homer, 15 RBI. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Off the plate. 2-2. Well, 6 runs in the first inning, now 2 more here in the second. And we're at the 7th spot in the Bengal lineup for the second time in 2 innings. 2-2 pitch off the plate, and it's 3-2 on Darian Doucette. Haley Godot would be next for the Bengals. She waits on deck. And we'll get shout-outs to some of those folks that have chimed in on the live chat here between innings. 3-2 pitch. She took something off. It's another walk, 3rd walk of the inning. And first and third now, 2 outs. Well, both the previous walks have scored, so it's not those hits that are hurting you, Pedro. It's the walks. Now you're going to have a meeting in the circle and try to refocus Audrey Pickett here. And Mr. Umpire is going to go up and break the party up. Finally, they break it up. Well, you got to feel something for this Apache squad. They're coming off of the first they got swept yesterday for the first time all year in 2 one-run games. Coach Wynn on the pregame talked about the fact that they didn't probably play their best softball, and well, you got to regroup in a hurry against a really good LSU Eunice team who's trying to three-peat as a program as national champs. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 8-0. LSU Eunice leads it. The pitch. It's going to miss low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Haley Godot. Runners on the corners. Audrey Pickett in the circle. The 1-1. Ground ball foul. We got a sign waving fan down there. They need to. So far they're okay, but if she sits any higher, she's going to block the view of our audience online there. 1-2 pitch. Little tap foul down the left field line. Way out in front. And Godot will get to do it again. Well, I'm trying to see. Do they have a Bengal on their... Looks like they got a Bengal on the side of their helmet. Got the white helmet with the purple bill. Looping liner, right center, base hit. 1 run comes home. And it's 9-0. A 2-out hit for Haley Godot.
Next up for the Bengals is number 6, Malaya Saucedo.
Doucette goes to third, and Howard comes home to score the 9th run of the ball game. And for the 2nd inning in a row, the 9-hitter comes to the plate. Malaya Saucedo comes up. She reached on an error by the shortstop her first time up. Foul home plate, and it's 0-1 on the Bengals shortstop, Malaya Saucedo. Saucedo, a .207 batting average. 1 double and 3 RBI on the year. The 0-1. It's going to miss high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Really nice crowd continuing to trickle in here at Schwab Field. Probably as good a crowd as we've had all year. And the Bengals have traveled well. A lot of purple and gold here in Schwab's bleachers, and a lot of lawn chairs there right down by the brick wall outside the dugout for the Bengals. Got a lot, and that line of chairs is also deep on the Apache side. 1-2 pitch, misses inside. Runner goes to second, no throw. So Godot steals second unopposed. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 from Pickett. Off the plate, 3-2. Well, the Bengals are 1 batter away from batting around here in the 2nd. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball off the... Oh, my. I thought it hit the bag. Well, I don't know about that one. Is that my eyes deceive me, or did I hit the bag? I don't know how that's a foul ball if it hits the bag.
Well, Mr. Umpire.
Andy Lee, the coach, pointed at the bag, and it took a very strange hop. The only way it took a hop is if it went off the runner at third's foot, and I don't think that happened. Darian Doucette is at third. There's a fly ball right field and caught out there and right by Rebecca Snow, finally ending the inning. But the 3 more runs here in the 2nd inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 2nd. Your new score from Schwab Field is the Bengals 9 and the Apaches 0. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. And welcome back to Schwab Field. Appreciate all the chime-ins on the live chat. If you haven't chimed in yet, might have to minimize your screen for just a minute. Type out a note. We'll give you a shout-out from wherever you're watching from, who you're rooting for. I've heard from Miss Kelly watching from Joplin, Missouri. Watching Mackenzie Goswick. Go Apaches. And Miss Morgan watching her granddaughter, Casey Parker, for the Apaches. And you're right, the Apaches are going to need to crank up those hot bats. 9-0. And, boy, this will be a short one here. Got to believe they're going to, I don't know. I should have asked Coach Wynn if they were going to run rule these games or not. But I know if we had a Wednesday, both games were run rules in 5. Usually it's 10 after 5. So if the onslaught continues and the Apaches can't get hot with the sticks here, might be a short day at the yard, Pete. It's a beautiful day. We need to be out here longer. 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike. This is Shelby Court for the first time today. Apache catcher. 2 balls and 1 strike. Heather Zumo threw a perfect first inning. Ground ball to second and 2 strikeouts. 2-1 pitch. Pop up left side of the infield. And that's shortstop Saucedo making the catch. And there's 1 out. F6 if you're scoring at the house. Here's Jaden Lance, the shortstop.
Next up for the Apaches is number 16, Jaden Lance.
First pitch is in there. Boy, one of the things Zumo's doing early here is getting ahead of these Apache hitters. And the Apaches have struggled in the circle just a bit on the walks as Audrey Pickett walked 3 Bengals in the second inning. Now, hits and errors were the problem in inning number 1. This Bengal squad is swinging the bats. The 0-2 pitch off the plate, 1-2. And a quick note from Miss Goswick, so appreciate her chiming in on there. Popped up, that's going to be on top of this press box. And there it is. That was the delay. I think it went off the net and then off the press box. A little trampoline effect there. Beautiful field here at Schwab Field. Baseball, softball facility right next to one another. Beautiful patio area with picnic tables and a covered hitting area that's as nice as you'll see anywhere in the country. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Heather Zumbo. And there's 2 outs here in the second. Here's Courtney Heller.
Number 35, Courtney Heller.
Courtney Heller steps in for the first time. Batting from that left side of the plate. Zumo has faced 5 and retired 5. On the other side of the ledger, the Bengals have brought 18 batters to the plate in the first 2 innings. They lead at 9-0. And that pitch missed off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch is in there. Two and 1 count with 2 outs and nobody aboard. The pitch fouled straight back. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Eunice is about, I want to say 4.5, 5 hours from Tyler. Not an easy way to get there. Been there a number of times, both as a coach and as a broadcaster. And there's a little 1-hopper to second. This is Doucette that flips it over to Monson. 3 up, 3 down, a perfect second inning for Heather Zumo. And we'll go to the 3rd inning. The score remains the Bengals 9 and the Apaches 0. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. And welcome back to Schwab Field. Quickly, we're on to things here. Top of the third inning. And where are we? Top of the lineup for the third time in 3 innings. Here's Mima Doucette. First pitch swinging, she fouls it or pops it to center. Pacing her over, makes the catch. 1 out.
That's a good on.
Next up for the Bengals, number 16, Madison Monson.
Well, that's exactly how the game started, as Mima Doucette flew out to right field. But then the Bengals proceeded to put 6 runs on the board in inning number 1, and they haven't looked back. It's 9-0 as 1 out in the third here. Ball in the dirt. Ball 1 to Madison Monson. Monson 1 for 1, doubled in the first, walked in the second. She scored 2 runs. The Bengals entered today's game ranked number 2 in the country. Well, in the Division II poll. The Apaches entered today's game ranked number 5 in the country in the Division I poll. Bengals trying to win their 3rd national title in a row. They've won national titles in 2011, 13, 14, 16, and 17. Outside corner. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Madison Monson. Audrey Pickett in the circle for the Apaches. And the 1-2 pitch is low, and it's 2-2. Seem to have a problem with the scoreboard here, Pete.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
All right, we got 1 out.
1 out, nobody aboard with a 2-2 count. The pitch just missed, and it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 9-0 here in the top of the third. Pickett with the pitch. Swing and a miss, and there's this first strikeout of the day. No, I'm sorry, second. First one swinging. First swinging strikeout of the day for Audrey Pickett. And there's 2 away here in the third inning. Here's Emily Henderson. Singled to center in the first, scored a run, struck out looking in the second inning, so she's 1 for 2. First pitch swinging, and I think that was caught. And they're going to call it a line drive out. So that's going to be an L5 that's caught over there by Casey Parker at third base. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for the first time today. It's a 0 on the board for the Bengals, but the score remains 9-0 LSU Eunice over the Tyler Apaches. We go to the bottom of the third. It'll be Casey Parker, Mackenzie Pete, and Mackenzie Ryan coming to the plate. Well, the latest NJCA Division I poll has Florida Southwestern State at number 1, Chipola 2, Temple out of Texas 3, Butler out of Kansas 4, and then Tyler out of Texas number 5 in the country. The Apaches come into the game 49-8 on the year, 22-6 is their final Region 14 Eastern Zone record. That's good for tops in the conference. They clinched the number 1 seed in the conference on Wednesday. 0-1 pitch liner to short, and it's caught by Malaya Saucedo, out number 1. That was Casey Parker that hit that line drive. Saucedo makes the nice play at short. And here's the 8th batter in the Apache lineup, Mackenzie Pete, for the first time today. Apache batters, some of them haven't batted yet. And much of this Bengal lineup is batted 3 times already. 9-0 is our score. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Heather Zumo has faced 7 and retired 7. In there for a strike. One ball, one strike on Mackenzie Pete. Apache second baseman. Pop up, right side, out of play. It's going to go over the bullpen area and down toward that covered hitting area. That covered hitting area here is as good or better than most college facilities here at the Brook Hill School. It's a private school here in East Texas, about 15 minutes south of Tyler. Still working on securing the funds to build the baseball softball complex on campus at TJC. Ground ball to short, and there's 2 away. Mackenzie Pete hit it well, but she hit it right to Saucedo. And Saucedo flips it over to Munson for out number 2. Here's the 9th hitter for the Apaches. Mackenzie Ryan. Casey Moore actually was in the starting lineup, but Coach Wynn made a change in that first inning. First pitch swinging, fly ball, center field, well hit, and caught right in front of the fence by Sierra Gasca. And it's another 3-up, 3-down inning for the Apaches. Boy, Heather Zumba has faced 9, and she has retired 9. We'll go to the 4th. It's 9-0 LSU Eunice. Hannah Carpenter will lead it off for the Bengals here as we head to the 4th inning. It's 9-0 LSU Eunice. First pitch in there, strike 1 from Audrey Pickett. Pickett came on with 2 outs in the first inning. She's been in the circle ever since. Got the Bengals in order last inning. There's a little pop-up and caught by third baseman Mackenzie. That's Casey Parker over there.
Next up, number 22, Allie Howard.
So the Apaches have made some defensive changes. Not this inning, but at the beginning of the ball game. As Mackenzie Ryan was put out in left field.
Is it still 9-0 or John missing one?
0-1 count on Allie Howard. Just misses low, 1-1. Howard has reached on an error and walked. Double, excuse me. Double to right field. So she's 1 for 1 today. 1-1 pitch, misses inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody bored. Top of the 4th, a 9-0 Bengal lead. Glad you're with us. Love to hear from you in the live chat. Off the plate, 2-2. Well, on the LSU Bengals side of it, you got Des Moines Area Community College at number 1 in the Division II poll, and then it's the Bengals at number 2. Ground ball foul on the third base line. Itawamba from Mississippi is 3rd. Jones County from Mississippi is 4th. And Kirkwood from Iowa is 5th. So you got 3 teams from that same region in the top 4. Bengals are an independent member of that Region 23 that includes most of Mississippi. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. We're at the 5 spot in the LSU Eunice lineup for the third time. Just in the fourth inning of play. Here's the 3-2. Strike 3 called. And that's strikeout number 3 for Audrey Pickett. Here's Sierra Gasca now. Gasca, 1 for 2, 2 RBIs on the day. She singled to left field her first time up and grounded out to second. She's going to lay down the bunt but foul it into the net, and it's 0-1. Absolutely perfect day to be at the ballpark. Got a lot of tank tops and shorts. Game time temperature was 76 degrees. Just a slight breeze from the west-southwest at 6. Ground ball right back to Pickett in the circle, and it's another perfect inning for the freshman from Aurora, Colorado, Audrey Pickett. 1-3 if you're scoring at the house. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. It's 9-0 Bengals. Top of the lineup for the Apaches is Brianna Pasinger. And if you keep up with baseball or softball, so far Heather Zuma has faced 9 and retired 9. Pasinger for the second time, 0 for 1. The whole lineup is 0 for so far. 1 ball, 1 strike to the left-handed batting center fielder. Pasinger on the year, .439 average, 13 doubles, 2 triples, 8 homers. As she hits one hard but foul down the first base line. Count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. For Brianna, 13 doubles, 2 triples, 8 homers, and 41 RBI. I'm trying to be the first Apache base runner today. Haven't had one. The 1-2. Pop up, left side, and this is Saucedo at short. Squeezes it, and there's 1 out. F6 if you're scoring at the house. That'll bring up Rebecca Snow for the second time.
Up next for the Apaches.
Rebecca Snow, 388 on the season. 15 doubles, 1 triple, 5 homers, and 41 RBI for the Apache right fielder, Rebecca Snow. She struck out swinging back in the first inning. Pop up, left side, could be trouble, and running over to make the catch is Emily Henderson in foul territory. What a great play. Boy, put a star by that one. Nicely done by the left fielder, Emily Henderson.
Number 19, Mackenzie Goswick.
She can run, boy. She had a long way to go, and she caught up with that ball.
She had some wheels.
She had some wheels, according to Pedro. And here's Mackenzie Goswick. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Goswick is the leading Apache hitter at .452. 27 doubles. That also leads the team. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Chasing a high one there. She's got 8 homers and 54 RBI. Heather Zumo trying to be perfect through 4. Pop up left side. That's out of play. Gets over the Apache dugout. Apaches are in the third base dugout, and the Bengals in the first base dugout. We're in the bottom of the fourth. It's 9-0. Heather Zuma, the story so far, has faced 11 and retired 11. The 0-2. And Goswick just gets a piece of it. Well, you put together quality pitching in the circle and some aggressive hitting, and the Bengals came out hot. 6 in the first, 3 in the second. Fouled straight back. Count stays no balls and 2 strikes on the Apache first baseman, Mackenzie Goswick. She also struck out swinging in her first at bat. Zumo has struck out 2 Apaches. Another foul ball. Look out, that might have gone off the light pole there. Actually 3, I'm sorry. She struck out 2 in the first inning and 1 in the second. So 3 strikeouts so far for Zumo. The 0-2. That's well hit to left field and over the head of Henderson. There's the first hit of the game for the Apaches. Boy, a good at bat right there by Mackenzie Goswick. She drove that ball over Henderson's head. Off the bat, you thought Henderson, with her good speed, might have been able to run that down, but it was too far over her head. And there goes the perfect game, and there goes the no-hitter for Heather Zuma. And now it's Shelby Court for the second time today. 450 average for Shelby Court. 20 doubles, a triple at 10 homers. 10 homers is tied for first place with Courtney Heller on the team, but her 69 RBI leads the club. No balls and 1 strike to Shelby Court. The pitch is high. 1-1 on the Apache catcher. Heather Zumo, the pitch. Just missed off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Good matchup right here. Apache's cleanup hitter. And Heather Zumo has had quite a year. Basically carried the load in the circle for this LSU Bengals squad. Currently ranked number 2 in the nation. Came in with a record of 38-15. And both these squads after the weekend will have nothing but the playoffs ahead of them. Fouled off into the net. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Had a question online. Yes, they are playing. This is a recent. They're going to play a doubleheader tomorrow. Unfortunately, not going to be on the broadcast. I'm not going to be able to do it. So, fly ball center field, and this is caught out in center by Sierra Gasca for the final out. F8 if you're scoring at the house. So the 2-out double by Goswick is stranded, and we'll head to the 5th. It's 9-0. Bengals need 1 run to maybe shorten this game. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. back for the 5th inning. And here's Darian Doucette for the 3rd time in the ball game. She's popped up to 3rd and walked, so she's 0 for 1. 9-0 LSU Eunice, the 2-0. Misses low, and it's 3-0. Yeah, it's true. Talking about safe places to park around the ballpark. My car took a foul ball over at Mike Carter, and I got a nice little circular dent in the back trunk hood. It's one of those things where I'm going to have to either get it fixed and pay out the deductibles higher than what it's probably going to cost. Pop up to first base. Goswick squeezes it, 1 out.
Number 15, Haley Godot.
So with 1 out, here's Haley Godot, the catcher. She's, well, they scored that first hit. I thought it was a single, but they scored it in the air in the dugout, so she's 1 for 2. She reached on an error and singled to center field, and she does have an RBI. There's a hard shot at 3rd again. Nice play over there by Casey Parker, and there's 2 outs.
Number 6, Malaya Sosedo.
Here's the 9-hitter, Malaya Sosedo, for the 3rd time. She reached on an error and flew out to right, 0 for 2. She had a nice game at short, handling a number of balls cleanly for the Bengals. 2 outs, nobody aboard, swing and a miss, strike 1. Well, it's been suggested that we may have an 8-run rule after 5, so we'll find out. We're not sure. I know in baseball it's a 10-run rule after 5. No balls, 2 strikes. Malaya Sosedo looking for her first hit of the day. The 0-2 from Pickett. Right back to Audrey, and she'll catch it. And that's the inning. Another 3-up, 3-down inning. 3 innings in a row now for Audrey Pickett. She's got the Bengals in order. She's settled down nicely. Now it's time for the bats to wake up in that Apache dugout. It's 9-0, bottom of the 5th. Welcome back to Schwab Field, bottom of the 5th. And the Apaches will bring Lance, Heller, and Parker to the plate. They will face Heather Zumo. She's only given up 1 base runner. It was a 1-out double to Mackenzie Goswick last inning. Or 2-out double, excuse me. 0-1 pitch, popped out of play. We'll do it again at 0-2. Well, I opened the window, and then we got a gale force wind coming in here. Sorry about that. It feels really good, but it's blowing our papers all over the place. And Pete doesn't want to lose his lunch out the window. I don't blame him. Foul ball off the net, and the count remains 0-2 on Jaden Lance. She struck out swinging her first time up. She was the 3rd and last strikeout victim for Heather Zumo. The next 0-2 off the plate, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Really nice crowd here at Schwab Field. Probably the best of the season. And the Bengals have traveled very well. My wife and I went on a date like we do every Friday, Pedro, and I'm almost sure I saw a lot of these Bengal fans at Texas Roadhouse. Had a lot of purple and gold, and I thought, it's got to be them. So they travel well, and they're here at the ballpark today. 2-2 pitch. Just misses, and it's 3-2. I don't know what happened on that throwback from the catcher, Haley Godot. Threw it to the shortstop. The 3-2. There's a tapper to second. This is Doucette. Throws to first. Just did get her. Jaden Lance almost beat that out. But there's one up and one down here in the fifth. And here's Courtney Heller.
Number 35, Courtney Heller.
And Coach Lee's trying to encourage Doucette to maybe come get that a little quicker. Jaden Lance came within a whisker of beating that one out. So there's one out, nobody aboard. Swing and a miss by Courtney Heller on that off speed. And it's 0-1. The Joplin Flash is also, I didn't know that. Mackenzie Goswick's nickname is the Joplin Flash. So appreciate Mr. Reed chiming in on the live chat. Love to hear from as many of you that can take a moment here. Let us know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. Line drive, left field, base hit. Nice piece of hitting by Heller. There's the second hit of the ball game. What a game it's been for Heather Zumo in the circle.
Number 6, Casey Parker.
One out in the fifth. That's just the second base runner and the second hit for the Tyler Apaches. Here's Casey Parker for the second time. She lined out to shortstop. And I think that's Lexi Hager that's going to run for Heller. So we got a pinch runner at first. And, yeah, that is Lexi Hager at first base now. One out and one aboard. Apache's trying to scrape together some offense. It's been nothing but zeros on the board so far. 9-0. First pitch fouled off. It went right between Mackenzie Pete's legs. And it's 0-1. The 0-1. Misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, both these teams will have a little downtime, and boy, the Apaches need it. 24 games in 24 days for this Apache squad. 1-1 pitch fouled straight back. And it's 1-2. The Apaches will travel to Beaumont for their regional tournament on May 4th, May 4th through the 7th. The 1-2. Fly ball right field and caught on the run. Nicely done out there by Allie Howard. And there's 2 outs. Well, not only is this LSU Bengals squad swinging the bats, they're flashing the leather. We've seen a number of really nice plays, especially in the outfield, but Saucedo has played a strong shortstop today for the Bengals. 2 outs. Here's Mackenzie Pete. The wind and the pitch off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Mackenzie Pete grounded out to short her first time up. She's 0 for 1. And that is possible. If there's an 8-run rule, this could be the last out of the game. We're not entirely sure what the run rule is. That's called a strike. It's 1-1. Heather Zumo throwing a shutout. Line shot foul down the third base line. Well, the Bengals will have their regional tournament in actually 2 weeks from this weekend. They have the Region 23 tournament. Doesn't say where it's going to be. I think the winner of that region is going to host it. There's strike 3. It's the 4th strikeout for Heather Zumo. And
Leah Tyler Junior College
that's going to be it. It's a run rule shortened ball game in 5 innings, and what a rarity as the Apaches go down in this one. And let's pull up the box score here and give you some totals. Yeah, if we can. I don't know. Maybe we can't. Going back to Game Changer here. Here we go. Your final line score, the LSU Bengals 9-6-0. The Apaches 0-2-3. Game started out with a 6-run first inning by the Bengals. And, boy, they put up 4 hits and 2 errors, netted 6 runs in the first inning. And then in the second inning, the Apaches put up 3 more runs. Or, I'm sorry, the Bengals put up 3 more runs, and that's all they would need to hold on to a 9-0 victory. So Heather Zumbo will be the winning pitcher. She'll go to 21-7 on the season. And Julian Knight will take the loss. She'll drop to 11-3. The Apaches, by losing this game, will drop their overall record to 49-9. And the Bengals, by winning this, will take their record to 39-15 on the season. So we'll take about a 30-minute break. They'll get this field ready to go, and we'll play game 2. Appreciate everyone checking in on the live chat. And we had a lot of folks chip in, and we'd love to hear from more of you in Game 2. We'll take about a 30-minute break here at Schwab Field, and we'll line things up for Game 2. Back in about 30. So long, everybody.